Wisconsin, 15-6 lead over Rutgers. They're trying to pick up Big Ten win #1 on the year. And here we are at 184, Nick Gravina and Ryan Christensen for Wisconsin. And there was the thought maybe Anthony Pafumi was going to be out there for Rutgers, but it's Gravina, the redshirt sophomore from Allendale, New Jersey.
Yeah, and if you're Rutgers, you're glad it's Nick Gravina out there right now, and nothing against Anthony Pafumi, great in his own right, but Nick Gravina has been giving you huge win after huge win the entire season. And you know, if you're a Rutgers fan right now, you're doing the math. You got to win out, and if you win out, you win 18-15. And every match is huge, and you got some tight bouts coming up. This one is going to be tight, and the next match, especially with Rymack and Peisig, is going to be, you know, a really big bout, because that's the one where Rutgers is tossed up with Wisconsin. Right now, they're favored in 3 of the next 4, and that one is a 50-50. And right here, Gravina almost giving up the takedown on the edge to Ryan Christensen. Good job of making that shoulder small, pushing in his hips, squaring himself up, but Christensen coming out the back door a little bit.
You could make the case that Nick Gravina was on the mat for arguably Rutgers' biggest upset win and most important victory
Definitely
of the season. Gravina against Nebraska's TJ Dudley. He defeated him on that bout back on December 12th. Rutgers upsets #4 Nebraska because of that match, so Gravina knows in the crunch time when it matters. That was one heck of a win a little over a month ago.
Yeah, I can't think, as I'm sitting here thinking of the last 9 years that I've been part of this team, from when I was an athlete to now up here with yourself, the wins that come to mind are Lamar Brown's huge win against Virginia Tech, and Anthony Ashnault's win last year against Iowa, against Jeva, and then Nick Gravina's. And I would say that's debatably bigger than both of them in terms of individual dual meet victories. Obviously, you know, Anthony Perotti being an All-American 2 years ago, breaking through for Rutgers for the first time since 2002 was probably, you know, the biggest run. But
the individual victory, though.
The individual victory,
yeah.
I'd have to agree that Nick Gravina, there hasn't maybe not been one bigger than his.
And he's won his last 4 duels. Christensen, though, has the lead. This is the redshirt freshman from Woodinville, Washington.
And Nick Gravina's in a good position to get a pin here. He's got a free move because Christensen did lock his hands. So he's got a free move. If he can score, they're going to let him wrestle the position. Riding time has stopped. I'm not really sure why.
It's at 51 seconds right now.
I don't understand that. That's going to be a reversal. He's got a Merkel in. He gets the reversal and the 1-point locking hands. Now riding time's running down. I don't think Wisconsin caught that, but that was like something like 25 seconds that the riding time didn't run. Unless I'm not aware of a rule where if there's locking hands, the riding time stops, which might be the case. If I'm not aware of that, but I don't know why it would stop there. Doesn't look like anybody recognized that the riding time's not right unless this official did. There's the locking hands. That's when the time stopped.
Look how close Gravina gets here.
He's trying to just push back in the right position to catch him on his back. I guess that's what they're looking at the head table now, maybe the riding time,
right,
where it stopped.
The officials are over at the table reviewing really the last minute or so, minute or two of that first period. Gravina.
I'll tell you, the Coach Davis going to the head table 4 out of 6 matches has really slowed this down, and slowed it down to a point where it's kind of gotten in the heads of Rutgers a little bit, I think, which, you know, if that's a strategy or not, it's certainly working in their favor right now.
Oh, we had Ryan Taylor open up this one with the pin of Anthony Giraldo, so 6 points right off the bat for Wisconsin. Then Anthony Ashnault does what he normally does, number 6 in the country. He wins his decision over Luke Rao. But then you spotlight a couple in the first half of this one, Andrew Cronin, Isaac Jordan right at the end. They win their decisions in the third period, and Wisconsin took a 12-6 lead into the break. Ricky Robertson wins one at the end. That has been the key. The production in the second and third periods for Wisconsin. They've won 4 of 6. And Nick Gravina.
And here's Nick Gravina on top in the third period. Has 1 minute of riding time. As soon as the time, it's.
Yeah, that riding time right now is at 59 seconds.
That's his second caution, I think. I think that's his second caution. And Nick Gravina, great on top. If he can get a boot in and start to ride you, he's really, really good on top. There it is, both boots in. And he's dangerous there. Christensen doing a good job throwing the left one out. But this is good position for Nick. He feels comfortable here, although Christensen did a good job of catching the boots coming in. He's got to try to get that leg in between. But right now, riding time up to 1.5 minutes. And, Nick Gravina not in great position for most people, but has unbelievable hips there and is certainly able to wrestle through this position. See him trying to get that leg over the knees. Foot and heel is just stuck a little bit. And that's a good job. He's got a rabbit ride on the left foot, able to get the leg back in between. That left leg is keeping him balanced. That foot rabbit ride a little bit, just underhooking the heel, underhooking the foot there, has kept him balanced.
Riding time up to 2 minutes, and Gravina's second best of this Rutgers team in total riding time this year.
Who has more? Out of curiosity.
Anthony Ashnault has got him by a few minutes.
Wow.
Those two right at the top.
2 minutes and 15 seconds of riding time. Christensen doing a great job, and don't be surprised if he pops a reversal here, even though Gravina is in great position for him, not for everybody. He's just comfortable in these positions. He's got good hips, like I mentioned, very good on top, doesn't get panicked. 30 seconds left. They've been scrambling this entire time. There's the stalemate. He has 2 cautions, from my understanding, 2. The next one is a point. Don't be surprised if you see Christensen kind of jump the whistle a little bit, just to see if he can catch the official who's made some questionable calls the entire night.
Well, Christensen, he's taken down 3 ranked opponents this year, was undefeated at his senior year in high school at Woodinville. Late in the second, he's trying to turn this one. He took the first 2 points. Gravina with the latest 3.
And right there, 7 seconds left, 3 minutes of riding time, catching up to Ashnault a little bit. Gets the 4-2 victory, and certainly much needed. Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the second period. This match has got me frazzled.
Well, you bring up some of the delays in the action. We've seen that all throughout this
Barry
one.
Davis is getting in my head now.
Yeah, you've been out of the game for a few years.
So they're going to cut Nick Gravina here in the third period, go up 4-2. He's got 3 minutes of riding time. That's locked up. He's 5-2 right now on the scoreboard, even though it says 4. Riding time is locked up. Gravina going to go to work here, try to get another takedown. Ooh, Christensen, nice job trying to throw by to get an ankle. Coach Goodell now out of his seat on the edge of the mat. He knows this. He knows he needs every single one moving forward. And it goes back to the pin with 4 seconds left right now. Otherwise, it's 6-12, and there's some room for error.
You bring up a great point, though. In theory, if you're Rutgers, you almost got to win out if you want to win this one outright.
Yeah, you have to win out. And looking like almost like a little bit of a leg cradle type of position. But he's not stepped over the back, and he's in a weird spot. There he is. He's got to try to lift, get that over the head a little bit. Because right now there's no takedown. That should be a takedown there. And that's the 2 points for Nick Gravina with 1 minute left here in the third. Up 6-2, 7-2 with riding. And if he can get a turn here, a major decision would be huge.
He's got 3 points right now. Like you said, you get a couple more points, you can get 4. Well, Christensen went up 2-0 in this bout. Wisconsin up 15-6 in general. Looked like they were in control. Gravina is trying to close the gap a bit.
Looking to try to sneak a leg in there. Christensen doing a good job of building a base. Try to get some leverage. Sneaks one in right there. 26 seconds left here. Almost 4 minutes of riding time being racked up.
You said it, he's going to overtake Ashnault after this match.
Yeah, it'll be 4 minutes when this is over.
And Nick Gravina is going to bring Rutgers back a little closer. Right now, they'll get the 3 points. Scarlet Knights back within 6, but it's Wisconsin up 15-9 as we head into the 197 weight class. Remember, we've got 3 bouts left. The 125s, Sean